legendary. Backyard. Boy. Look. Yeah. Got my shit together, get together, bitch, whatever. Gotta clip them when they tripping. You know bitches extra. Things change. I know shit ain't what it once was. Now you in the club every night fucked up. I ain't even thinking, I'm just drinking, titty popping. She want me see a shorty geeking, got them titties popping. Standing on the table, popping bottles, Billy rocking. I'm a product of the nigga, got the city popping. I'll admit it that a nigga got commitment issues. Hard for me to fuck with women that ain't beneficial. Made a name for myself, I'm everybody cousin. Everybody hate him, everybody love him. Everybody got opinions, don't nobody want them. That nigga gave us 2 cents and acting like it funded. This ain't the place where niggas faking. Yeah, hey, wait.
Some of you niggas ain't real. Some of you niggas ain't real.
Shout out to all the barbers out there. Stylists.
Some of you niggas ain't real.
Entrepreneurs.
Some of you niggas ain't
Shouts out to motherfucking DC, Maryland, Landover,
City.
Palm Park,
That's how we do it.
Southeast,
For the ones we
Northeast.
lost. For the whole Washington, D.C. Yeah. The whole DMV. I don't want to die. Hey, Wayne.
Mothers hold their head and cry, 'cause their son has been shot down on the streets and died. Mothers hold their head and cry, 'cause their son has been shot down on the streets and died.
To you, the mama.
Now,
You, the mama.
What?
I don't want to die.
Don't want to die.
I don't want to die. One way up. Like this thing. To the whole uptown. To the whole south side. To the northeast side. To the whole southwest. To my MD side. VA, they all night. Say we doing it like this.
Drop the bomb.
Then where we at?
Where we at?
I don't
We
want to
at?
die.
I don't want to die. Welcome to the first annual, the first installment, the first plug-in of Who Did Your Hair podcast. I am Surgeon Jones, owner, operator, Fresh House Groomer Studios, master barber. My man here is Soul Brother Cuts.
Right.
And what you
All
gonna give?
around impresario, up and coming, bad mofo, and all around let me see, style. Damn, I should have used impresario yesterday. No. I'm a style shaman. Y'all look that word up. I'm the shaman of style.
Yeah, now.
And the coolest motherfucker I know.
And once we get into this, more y'all watching this podcast and us doing this podcast, our goal is to learn, teach, and grow in the industry. That's it. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't a whole lot we doing here. You know what I'm saying, Dad? And we podcasters. Now, our credentials is we've been podcasting for 4-5 years straight. We got over 1,000 podcasts on motherfucking
Everywhere.
YouTube, wherever your platforms are. It's just that only now you choose the podcast about the beauty industry. And this is Who Did Your Hair Podcast. Beauty operators around the world. This podcast is open to you as we go forward and grow. This is open to all beauty operators. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would think starting your first podcast, we got to do our, what's that called? Origin? What got us in the barber? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't know. Would you want to start or you want me to start?
You can start.
Now, if I go ahead. You want me to go ahead?
Go
Now,
ahead. Knock yourself out.
first of all, barber was something growing up I was never even thinking of, right? Me and my man here met in the warehouse. It was all the things I was doing to earn my motherfucking money to feed me and whoever the fuck around, right? And I was doing more warehousing and tough jobs in America. You know what I'm saying? Me and my man met in the motherfucking warehouse called Smithfield Packing. Now, if you don't know nothing about that, it's 110 degrees in one spot. It's below zero in another spot.
Let me put it like this. If you ate a ham anytime, product anytime between 2000,
most definitely.
I'm gonna give y'all my starting date. Now I started in July 2000 to October of 2013. That was us. That joint, I don't give a damn if it was a Smithfield, a Rich Food, a Jack, a Kirkland, or whatever it was. If you had a ham, that was us.
Most definitely. No way of doubt about it around the world.
And judging by some of y'all fat asses out there, them hams was good.
Most definitely.
Who's playing with you?
And one thing about it, that was one of the toughest jobs out there.
Ever.
You can't deny. It's just one of the toughest jobs, right? Extreme heat, extreme cold, and physical, right? No matter what department your fucking ass in, unless you're a girl. Now, we met there, and we've been through our trials and tribulations through the fucking whole warehouse industry and all that shit, right? And we both, at the end, the warehouse shut down, right? We both had to figure out the future. We both went in two different directions, right? We met back up and started podcasting called Hood View Politics. Look that up. Holler at your boys, but we definitely still doing that. So if you're doing the politics, look up HVP, Hood View Politics. So we've been doing that now for the last 3.5 years. We got over almost, 600 podcasts?
Something like that.
God damn it. So we're not, what we call new babies to this podcasting thing. You know what I'm saying? The topics is now changed to something that's more dead to our career and heart. You know what I'm saying? Other than politics and stuff like that. You feel me? So now, me personally, it's a long journey as far as barbering because I was never thinking of it, right? The funny thing is with me is the plant shut down that me and him was working at, right? And my vision was to go to school and do something different or go to a warehouse, which I thought should have been easy, but this was during the time, I think, was Bush there? No,
Obama was there.
Okay, yeah. And
Hold on, whoa. 08, 12. He went back in. Hold on, he went in 08. He went back into Obama was in.
All right, bet. So I think something happened. The economy was fucked up at the time. I think that's when the motherfucking the banking industry or some shit was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to bail everybody out and all that shit. And our shit closed down, right? And they call themselves moving to North Carolina or whatever the fuck they did.
That's what they did.
And I mean, when you see us podcast, we took podcast authentic and from the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit. We don't make up shit. We don't do no shit for what's they call clipping and shit. We don't do all that. It's just we have a conversation. It's real shit. We were two real ass niggas before barbering, before podcasting. Period. You know what I'm saying, dog? So when we talk, we're gonna be authentic. We're gonna tell our story of our life. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's gonna be. You know. So my first thought was, once the plant closed, man, it'd be easy as fuck. Man, I've been working in the warehouse 13 years. Shit, nigga, I could slide in the warehouse with no problem, right? Problem was the economy was so fucked up. The only jobs was so far out. I mean, I'm talking about shit that I never even pronounced before coming from DC, right? Shit's in Maryland I didn't know exist. You know what I'm saying, dog? Shit way out. Them the only jobs you can get, right? So I figured, fuck, I just find me a fucking warehouse job and go to school. And the next time the warehouse shit shut down, I had something to fall back on, right? So my first joint was I was going to be a chef. That was my first goal, right? To be a chef. Because, as y'all know, my grandma was close to me. She raised me and shit. And all she did was cook, 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 cook. So in my mind was, okay, I'm going to learn how to be a chef, open up a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, a restaurant or some shit. Mm-hmm. And her name, you know what I'm saying? That was my goal. So I signed up for the motherfucking Cordon Bleu joint. I'm on the subway. I'm on the way to my first motherfucking joint. And you gotta remember that I was out of a job, so I was doing everything. I was filling out shit for barbering, all types of shit, right? So on the way to the motherfucking cooking joint, I think it was orientation, matter of fact. On the way to orientation, right? The motherfucker from the barbering joint was blowing my phone up. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker, bro? Yeah. He was just blowing the joint up. So I answered the joint like, what's up? Hey, you still thinking about going to barber? Hey, because we can do this and you get a grant. We can do this, grant. We get it. Kept saying grant. Okay, bad. I will let you know, you know what I'm saying? Cool. Then, before I hung up, he said, you can just come in, look around, just see, is it something you want to do, right? So I'm thinking, I never thought about cutting hair and shit, but let me go see what he's talking about. I literally got off the subway on the way to the Cordon Bleu joint, cut the joint, and went to the joint. I weep shit. Go out the joint. Before I know it, I was signed up for barbering and shit, and I had to start next Monday. I didn't even know what the fuck happened. Hey, bro, I was going to that joint just to look around and figure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you thought.
Bro, I got to get these niggas that do the motherfucking grants and getting people into barbering shit. They don't play, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna let you tell your story, but this nigga, the bitch I fuck with, she was not playing, bro. Nah, you coming in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna stay. Right. I get in the joint. She said, oh yeah, you gonna get all the grants. We're gonna get you in this joint. Nice. You're gonna be sweet. I'm like, bet. So I go around, look around the joint. Like, she started explaining how these big barbers that make millions of dollars. Bro, she had a whole orientation for me. I'm like, bro, you know what? I ain't never think of this, but she started talking about 8-9 months. And the cooking joint was like, motherfucker, I think it said it was 14 months and some shit like that. And I started thinking, hold on, 9 months, I could be out of this thing. I just work at a warehouse. I'd be finished with this. And that warehouse act shitty like Smithfield. I could fall back on motherfucking barbering joint. That's a good idea, right? Boom. So I bet I'll be there Monday. I go in that joint Monday. I'm hooked, bro. From that point on, I'm just like, hold on. Now I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this. I done found out it's something I really want to do here. You know what I'm saying? Now, something like that. Had a little orientation and shit. But my key joints was the motherfucking structures I had. 2 instructors I had. They kind of, because I had a lot of questions. Because I didn't want to get into that shit because I had to be motherfucking on point when I leave that bitch. I had to be making money. Fuck all that shit. I had to make money, go to the warehouse, be in the warehouse, and be able to cut hair on the side, whatever the fuck. So I had a lot of questions about me being a late starter in barbering and shit. I wanted to hit the ground straight running. So I had so many questions for instructors and all that shit. I used to get on the motherfuckers' nerves, bro, in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So my whole journey of getting into barbering was something I wasn't even thinking of doing ever. You know what I'm saying? And once I got into the joint, I started barbering. At the time, I was living in a shelter, right out the motherfucking once the plant shut down, so much shit was going on. We couldn't get out. I couldn't renew my motherfucking unemployment shit. It was just so much wild shit.
Oh, yeah, that's when they fucked up everybody unemployment.
Yeah, we couldn't renew the joint.
You could only get it for 6 months. It's still that.
Yeah, that.
That's
yeah,
why it's that way now. That's they
that
started-
joint.
Bush.
That had to come from Bush. Obama didn't do that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who was president?
Hold on.
But I think Obama was coming in after Bush did that, right?
No. Obama came in 2008. He got reelected in 2012. Smithfield shut down in 2013.
Yeah.
October I think it was October the 1st, 2013. I was the second to last person out the door. I was the second to last employee that was there. I did my shift in the day. After they took all the ammonia out the building, I did my shift. I left at 3. John Taylor took over for me. What's up, John? I know you ought to be looking, Negro. John Taylor took over for me. Relieved me. He was the last person out the building. I was the second to last. October 1st, 2013. Know that.
Exactly. So Obama was just getting in, right?
He was in his second term.
Second term.
But
so what? Something happened where
what happened was he lost the House. He lost the House for the Senate. He lost one of them. He lost the House. That's what it was. He lost the House, and they wouldn't bring the bill. The Democrats had a bill to fund and renew unemployment benefits, but Republicans wouldn't bring it to the floor. I remember that. That's what it was.
And it started from Bush cutting them off, right?
Nah.
Who cut them?
They got cut. The Republicans cut it.
Yeah.
Doing in 2013. Right around the time. Right when it was the time around we got laid up. Well, they closed the plant. It got bill went through where they would only fund. We could only get 6 months of unemployment benefits.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was during that time.
And it was trying to renew it, and every day they was waiting for the bill to come to the floor. And I remember a couple of days I sat there and watched C-SPAN when they was allegedly supposed to bring it to the floor, and they never brought it to the. And the Republicans, who had the House? Who was it? Boehner? Boehner would never bring it to the floor. I think it was John Boehner. Boehner would never bring it to the floor.
That right there had me in the tailspin because I was expecting at least half from unemployment, and that joint got cut ASAP. So I was tail spinning. Me and my family literally had to go to him. That was the worst, one of the crazy decisions of my whole life, man. It was like, it was so, I just had, it was tough, bro. And I had no other choice, though. So I was in a motherfucking shelter working at Popeyes. I was throwing newspapers for Washington Post. I was going to school for a barber, and I was working at a barber shop. All living in the shelter. So while I was in school, I was working at Popeyes. While I was in school and shit, and I was throwing newspapers, right? And when I got out of school, I was still throwing newspapers, but I wasn't doing the other shit, Popeyes shit. I quit Popeyes, like, I say a month into me cutting hair, because I started working in the shop 2 months before I graduated. And I say a month into that, I went to Popeyes and was like, it was a morning shift, matter of fact. I came in that joint, I worked, I went on lunch break, and when I sat in my truck, eating my lunch, my favorite shit too, the motherfucker, those motherfucker chicken tender joints with the motherfucker, oh man, got that sauce they had in that bitch. That shit was good shit. So I'm sitting in the joint, fucking them chicken nuggets up. I'm looking like, I don't even want to go back in there, bro. I started thinking about cutting hair. It was all I was thinking about. I'm looking at this joint like, why the fuck am I going? I pulled off and dipped. I never been back to that Popeye since. That was on my lunch break. That morning I went to the shop, set it up. I started standing in that joint 24/7. Off the break. And that started my career in cutting hair and shit. You know what I'm saying? What about you?
Now, me, I took it. I took much. Well, I always avoided cutting hair. I thought about it for a long time because my stepfather was a barber. All three of my brothers are barbers. So I ain't, I wasn't really tripping off. You know, I was like, I want to do my own thing. You know, so that's why I've been doing this, that, and the third through the years. But after, when Smithfield closed down, I went back into the warehouse. I was working at I was working at Adams Birch out in Lando. I was driving forklift, and then some stupid shit happened, and I ended up going on a state-sponsored vacation for a while. So, during that time, I did my little bit or whatever. Then when I came home, I knew I didn't want to go back to warehousing, and I did construction for a minute because I wanted to be in a. That was one of the things I thought of when I was in. I was like, man, when I get home, I don't want to be like cooped up in the warehouse and shit and all that stuff. I want to be out around people and just being me. Just being out in the world. You know, whether it was driving or anything. So I did construction for a minute. That ain't my thing. I had enough of that type of shit at Smithfield. Smithfield, I went through everything. I went from hanging to hanging, scale to the scale to smokehouse, back to the hang line where I was running the hang line. I was running the hang line, and I was running the hang line with the pump line for a good little while, and then I was the maintenance to the close. So I had enough of that. Then one day, it was last summer, not even a year ago. It was matter of fact, it was last August. I had got a hold of a straight razor. Matter of fact, my little brother down, he's in. And I was talking to him one day, and I was shaving my face. That was the first time I ever shaved my face with a straight razor. I had never put a straight razor on my face. And I ain't talking about them little weakling joints y'all use now with the disposable joint. No. I had that real deal, that one piece, that traditional, that blicky blam, if you will. So I was messing with that, and then I was like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing for real. Long as I ain't cut myself, I thought I was doing all right. So then I was like, man, I really want to learn how to do this. Because I started watching some YouTube videos. So I said, I'm going to learn how to do this for real. So I put in a call. No, I was online. And the Hair Academy 2 thing came up on one of the social media, Facebook or Instagram, one of them. So I went in and filled the thing out, right? I ain't expecting to call me back right away. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Mr. Ross at Hair Academy 2. He called me back like 2 minutes later. And was like, hey, I see you wanna be a barber and blah, 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 blah. Well, can you get in here today? And this was like about 1, 2 o'clock. Today? Yeah. He said, where you at? I said, well, I'm right here in Southeast. Oh, you said, you got far. Yeah, can you make it? So I went up there, and, they gave me the same pitch they gave you. Boom, boom, boom. Don't worry about it. We got the financial aid. We're going to get you straight. We're going to get you in here. barbers make this, that, and the third, did a tour of the school and everything. So, boom. Matter of fact, Mr. Ross had somebody else. So he turned me over to my main man, Mr. Scott. So I sat down with, Mr. Scott, and I told him my story, and I had some, I had a whole lot of personal issues I had to go through at the time. I had some stuff I had to get straight. So he's like, man, don't worry, blah, 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 blah. So he worked with me the whole time when we was getting in. So December around, I had finished doing what I had to do, so I went back up there. This is right. It was November. And I started December 1st. Now, mind you, I had never put no clippers in nobody's head until like January of this year. So, boom, they got me up in there. And who was my first teacher? Shout out to Mr. Tommy, old Tommy Loud. I know you probably looking too. Peace, Slim. But taught me, I got in there, got in the book, they showed me, taught me the basics and whatever. And I ran with it. And the one thing I really like enjoyed, I started to, enjoy it. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. I feel this home. I can do this. That's something I want to do. It's like right in my alley. I want to be out. I want to be around people. I don't want to be cooped up. I don't want to be in no warehouse. I'm 55. I'm 55 now. I was 55. I did not long turned 55. I was 54 when I started the journey. I was turned 55 during the journey. And I was like, I can do this. I was trepidation being, I'm thinking about my age and all the stuff I've been through, but I can do this. And I started to enjoy it. Then, I hit the little brother. He gave me my first real live set of clippers. Gave me some wall scenes. Because I already had some TPOBs. I had my TPOBs already. Gave me them with my Andes trimmer. And I just ran with it from there. Now I just dig it. I mean, it's cool to watch people, to see people come in, they not looking their best and they not feeling their best or whatever. Maybe just because they're not looking their best, it might be a little shaggy, you might need a little shape up, and it feels good to make people, look good, look their best, or look their best in that moment. And that's the kind of, that's what I like about it, because I'm a people person. I love people. I love being around people. I love making people laugh. I'm joking with people, and all of the things I like to do, I found that I can do in my barber chair, And now I like to think I'm up and coming.
That's funny because I think it was the same way. It's like it's the reaction that gets me my juices flowing. Like they'll come in one way and leave so excited. Like it's a way to. It's hard to explain if you're not a barber. It's like, or you don't do it. If you, I know doctors and dentists understand what I'm saying. It's like when somebody come in, you can have them leaving different and feeling different and acting different. It's just so odd. You know what I'm saying? Like working in a warehouse, you can't do shit. Like you can't touch somebody and make them change on their way out the door. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just an eerie feeling of you could change somebody's feeling of their day. It's just, and then the fact that can happen is that what made me like this. This what I'm talking about. The reactions people give. So I understand that when you say that shit. It's more like, dang, I just made his day. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had the power to do that. It makes barbering so unique and shit.
Yeah, it is that. I mean, yeah, that's what really get me. Like, I don't stop with that. Looking, coming in the street, looking specific. Man, I'm looking. Man, And no matter how, in the beginning, I'm like this, and I know this about everybody. In the beginning, everybody trepidatious about their cuts. You know what I'm saying? Because in the beginning, all your cuts ain't gonna be the greatest. You're gonna make a mistake here, a mistake there. You might forget something here, that. But when you finally started to get it, and you see them cuts coming together, and you somebody come in, and like at the school, I'll say this: you get a lot of older people who really can't afford a $50 haircut. You get a lot of people that's physically or mentally challenged. I'll put it like that. You don't get your normal wannabe fly ass people all the time. You get
True.
It's a select clientele that come there, and them the type of people that when you cut them and you make them look the best, or you make them look better than they thought they would, or the best at that point they ever looked. And to me, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of ignorant people out here that some people I wish sometimes I want to shave all their damn. And some people, them the people that make me feel good about doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, yeah, you basically saying what I was saying, because it's a change in something you can do right then and there, right? And just like a dentist, like a doctor, they can right then and there make you change from where you came in from. And I just think I stumbled into something. It's something I didn't want to do. I never thought about doing, and none of that. But if I'm looking back, I wish I would have started earlier. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have been did that shit. Like, just, I don't know. It just felt like busting my ass in those jobs I was working in all those times, all those years. And to find something to do where you literally, it's not physical going on, none of that. You can make the same amount of money. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy as fuck. So that's the thing about what kept me in, and it's just, I was shocked that, motherfucker, yeah, this is almost like selling crack. Like, you could just literally make tons and tons of money. And it's not even taxed. It's just in your pocket. It's just odd as fuck. It was a way to make money that reminded me of my favorite job, selling coke on the block. and it literally will give you more money legally than jobs you can fill out application for. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I say the first year of coming out of motherfucking barber school, you literally will make more than any motherfucker working at Burger King, McDonald's, all that shit. Mm-hmm. And you literally ain't even doing them much yet. You know what I'm saying? So I just know for a fact I stumbled into something I should have been doing. Period. I'm one of the motherfucking barbers they fill out an application, they require, ask anybody a fuck thing about a job since I've been cut. Period. Since I graduated, this is all I done. I ain't fill out applications. I ain't asked nobody, anybody hiring, none of that shit. 10 years straight, right? When I graduated, I got my own shop 15 months later after I graduated. I had that shop for 8 years. Now a motherfucker expanded that shop to a bigger shop. So this would be 10 years straight owning the shop out of school. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I would have never thought of that. When we was in warehouse, I was never thinking of wild shit like that. And the fact that I can go 10 years without a motherfucker can tell me a fuck thing about you're late, a fuck thing, you got to be here, or nothing for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? When the warehouse and all that shit is so structured, you know what I'm saying? It's like to have a job where you can make the same amount and still don't have to motherfucker worry about, like I can lay in a fucking bed as a barber and be like, I just don't feel like it today. Ain't nobody gonna tell me a fuck thing. So that's the difference right there of having a job that I was working in all these years. Is I gotta get the fuck up. They're gonna write me up. I'm losing points. I gotta get the fuck in it. That type of shit. As your own motherfucking businessman, as a barber or hairstylist, if you ain't feeling like getting the fuck up, you literally don't have to get the fuck up. That's, to me, living your life, right? People be asking me, man, what make a motherfucker successful barber? I literally don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's a successful barber. People got their own thought process. People think a motherfucker, a celebrity barber is a successful barber. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But me personally is me owning a business, raising my son, where he eats every day, lights and shit on his head, going through high school. Me, I can do what I want when I want. To me, it's successful. I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's successful, But me personally, coming out of school, owning my own shop, and still to this day, and raising my child along the way with no problems doing that, to me, it's successful. So I don't know what makes a barber, what's a successful barber, put it like that. But to me, accomplishing everything I need to do to raise my son and have a business along the way, shit, and multiple business on the side, I think yeah. To me, that's successful, But I'm an unorthodox barber. I do shit so different from all other barbers because I don't know barbers. You know what I'm saying? I got in this business not knowing barbers. To this day, I don't know a barber that ever came in contact with me. If you wasn't in my school, if you wasn't in the shop with me, I don't know you. I don't know barbers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a barber that's in the barbering world, that's in that life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more of a barber that's in it for the money. I'm in it for just to get paid. I'm in it to raise my son and keep, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm in it for. So like, it's just a different mindset for me than other people. Cause I just want to make sure I got enough people to feed myself. You know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucking barbering expos and motherfucking cutting people's heads with design. You know what I'm saying? Those motherfucking joints they be having, contests and all that shit. That shit cute. But that shit ain't really, clients, bro. You need a steady income when you fuck with this barbering shit, bro. All that playing around is just not, it's not it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can be cute here with your cuts here and there, but if you don't have no steady income, you wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't give a fuck. Like, they more into who you are. Like, they want to connect with you. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck you being spadazzled with your cuts and all that shit. Most people really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I need a steady income of people that trust me with their head rather than being some famous type of motherfucker on Instagram or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is about money in the end. You know what I'm saying? It's about making money instead of going to a fucking job and make money. Your goal is to not go to a job. Your goal is to be your own man, be your own boss. Cutting hair. If you fucking cutting hair, now look, bro, I get it. I'm not really talking down on anybody when I say this, right? But if you're a barber, bro, and you have to motherfucking work a second job or third job and all that shit, you need to reevaluate yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't afford to do everything as a barber and you still have to motherfucking go get a job on the sides and all that shit, and you really working that job, and now barbering is like the side job, man. To be honest with you, bro, you got to reevaluate that. You know what I'm saying? Is barbering your main joint? You know what I'm saying? Or the job? You know what I'm saying? You got to figure that out, because to me, you got to be all in as a barber. It's just not going to work. It's going to be a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get it. Most people be having a situation where they have to get a job. I get all that. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really know barbers that don't have a side job. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many people that know too many barbers that does that. They all have something going on besides the barber and shit. It's a job that's paying for their fucking suite and shit like that. Really. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask you,
is you cutting hair. That's why I'm trying to figure out what's successful, right? If you cutting hair, but you work a job that you have to have on the side, are you a successful barber? Now you see what I'm saying?
It depends though. It depends because everybody got their own definition of what success is for them.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can't just put out one blanket uh, statement saying this is what success is. Because what success to one person
That's what I'm saying.
is might not be success to the next person. Like to me, success is for me. If you do something that you like and you do something that you enjoy, then you really ain't working for real because you're just doing what you like. And if you're making money off of it, and you still do your thing, and like I said, you like what you're doing, then that's successful to me. Like I wouldn't have stayed in no damn Smithfield no 13 years if I didn't like what I was doing and like the people I was around. So success, that's an individual thing to me. So, like some people might say, well, if I get X amount of clients during the week and they steady come in, I retain them and say I got X amount of people that get their hair cut twice a month. And that allows me to do what I live the lifestyle I want or a lifestyle I'm satisfied with. Then for some people that's success. Some people's success might be being $100,000 a year barber. So that's how I am. Because like since I've been doing this, I guess I already knew barbers, but I met more people. I met new barbers, and it's fun. That's the type of fun I like. I have. You might go to one barbershop might have an event or might be an event here. And meet people, network, and find out different things, and that's the shit I like. I like getting out amongst people, and I think that's been the most fun part. Like it's certain people, I deal with everybody, and there's certain people that I deal with every day, or certain barbers that I deal with, and I'll see people. I'll visit the shop, or I'll stop by. I know we cutting that. I'll stop by, holler at you. That's what I like to do. So I say, when you get in this game, it's really to each his own. That's how I put it. To each his own. Because everybody run their thing and do their thing different. Like you subject see my ass ain't.
Yeah, that's why I say the whole thing is what's best for you. That's why I be saying this shit. But everybody know motherfucking as we go on this podcast, we're gonna point out a lot of motherfucking shows, sitcoms. We're gonna look at people's haircuts. We're gonna go on Instagram, stroll on people's shit, you know what I'm saying, and judge their shit. We're gonna have a meter, we're gonna judge cuts on this motherfucker. We're gonna have a meter, we're gonna judge motherfucking barbers on this joint. We're gonna scour the internet. If you cutting hair on the internet, we're gonna chime in. It's just real simple. You know what I'm saying? That's how this podcast is gonna go. Now, Deen the Great, as everybody know, is a motherfucker used to box and shit. I think he went professional. I'm not sure if he YouTube boxing. I'm not sure what the fuck he did. Right. So he reached out to live stream where they reach out to motherfucking ex-boxers, UFC fighters, bring them on the live stream, so he can motherfucking talk to them and get them on the screen about boxing or UFC fighting or whatever the fuck, right? So Deen the Great, and right now he got Adrian Burner on his motherfucking live streams now, right? So Adrian Burner, he's a 4-time champ, but right now on this live stream, it's just not looking cute, bro. Something about that whole thing, man. When you haven't let Youngin be talking to you sideways like that, just I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is it worth it? To me, you gotta ask yourself, go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and just say, is all this worth him disrespecting me, bro? You know what I'm saying? A 4-time champion. At some point, live streamers are just live streamers at some point, bro. You got, I don't know, bro. It's just me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So Deen the Greatest motherfucker, I guess he a YouTube boss or whatever. He got AB on the joint. They in that joint getting their hair cut from, I haven't looked dude up yet, but from somebody on the joint, they said on this joint, the manager sent the barber in that joint. But I want to let everybody, we're going to watch this joint together, right? And then we're going to critique this thing as barbers and professionals, operators on this motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? Professional barbers and stylists around the world. Appreciate y'all. Tune into this podcast and be here. You know what I'm saying?
And the barber, because he needed his hair cut. Put pause on the barber, and I ain't.
How the back look, cuz? Can't see that.
Barber is asked just tipped $5. How are you going to give my dog a bold spot on the back because your guard fell off?
What? Your guard fell off?
No, not when I was cutting your hair.
Hold on, gang. That shit ain't updated. Wait, hold on. This shit's delayed.
Anonymous just tipped $5. Cut week ASF Deen, he trash.
What's that ball, bro? I got a ball spot, gang.
No, that's gonna take the ball. Well, taking the ball up to go fade it in. Come look. Take your time, baby.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, cuz. Hold on. What did they send me this video?
When I'm flipping them.
That's all.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe coding meets drag and drop.
Sure. Yes.
Ball spot, nigga.
Anonymous just tipped $5. Damn, I messed up. We gotta go ball.
So, ball spot, nigga. Why the fuck you ain't tell me why you cut my shit, bro? Man, get this nigga the fuck out of my house, bro. What happened? Get the fuck out of my crib, man. Get the fuck out of my house, man. Get this nigga the fuck out of my house. Why not? Get the out. You gave me a ball spot, nigga. You gave me a ball spot, and you ain't tell me, nigga. When you cut my motherfucking hair.
No, I wasn't trying to give you ball.
You cut my hair, you ain't tell me, nigga. That's disrespectful. Now get the fuck out of my house, or I knock you the fuck out. Straight up, nigga.
Oh, let's talk
Out of my house.
Big Ding Johnson just tipped $5.
You laughing? I ain't
got
That's smirk on your face, man. That's smirk on your fucking face, man. That's smirk on your face.
Okay. There's so many things to the beginning. I don't even want to finish it. Okay. First of all, the house call joints, you have to be like them house call joints. I don't know, bro. You have to be specific about that. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds funny, sounds cool. Oh, the live streamer. He want to, and you want to go cut the hair. I get it, but bro, you gotta know who you fucking with when it's barber and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because one false move will fuck the rest of your career fuck up. Now I know there's no way in the hell you still cutting hair without nobody fucking your phone up, emailing you. Your shit is the fuck over. Period. You probably had a gang of motherfuckers coming to you every week. You probably getting paid until you stepped into this bullshit. Period. It's just the bottom line. Second, this motherfucker Deen is listening to people in the chat, which is odd as fuck. Right? But you as a barber, right? Let's look at it from the barber standpoint, his eyes. He was cutting motherfucking fade, and the white guard slipped off the motherfucking joint. From that point on, if you're a barber, chime in. The white guard joint is fragile as fuck. That guard barely stays on the fucking clipper. If you sneeze, that bitch will pop off.
Yeah, he looked like the 1.5 slipped off.
So for him being a barber, he should know the 1.5 is a funny motherfucker.
Okay.
So watching him cut his hair, he was flicking it, all fast and shit. And it was just a no-no with that 1.5. Yeah, no bitch flicking that 1.5 because it will flick the fuck off the kipper. Period.
See, it was all dude's fault his damn self. Because the whole damn video is like this. Right. If the guy slipped off and you fix him, I mean, you ain't got no choice but to say something. Okay. Evidently, you knew how to fix it, or you thought you could fix it because you kept on going, and then you tried to slip it in there like a motherfucker did. Like you didn't see all these people around you with cameras and phones and shit. Then you gonna try to slip it in. So for one, you fucked up there. This. Say something to the brother. Hey, I've done it before. Hey, I made a mistake here. I might have to take you up a little bit. You straighten it out. And it was cool. He left there with a nice, fabulous haircut. But, dude, and for two, that's for one. Now, for two is, evidently, you've been cutting hair. Why the fuck, if you cutting hair and you making money, you still using them flimsy ass guards? Invest in yourself. I believe you was using a magic clip. Get some wall premium guards. The ones that snap on and don't come off, get those.
Now, two things.
So
the 1.5 white joint does cut better than the clip-on joints, but you risk the joint popping off. It's a double-edged sword. You risk the joint popping off the joint.
Yeah.
Especially if you loose leaf with it, it's coming off.
Hello.
So my thing is, most motherfuckers that use that joint, you just gotta be careful. If you know it, if you're a motherfucker, you gotta know your clippers. If you know this joint flimsy, you can't get the flipping around it, flicking and all wild that shit, because it's gonna come the fuck off.
That half guard will flip off faster than the damn that 1.5 will. That 1.5 will flip off too. Quite naturally, any guard is subject to flip off. If you've been using it a while, it ain't going. It's gonna get loose or whatever. It's gonna wear out. But bruh, invest in yourself, or be more careful. You there, and it looked like a party atmosphere. It looked like Slim wasn't going nowhere for a while. Take your damn time. All this wild shit. Then you made a mistake, but bro, own up to it. Because doing the whole joint, Slim was more, to me, he was more pissed off about you ripping him, and then you tried to cover it up and ain't say shit. More pissed off about that than he was about you.
He can fix it though. The taper got to just get a little higher. A little bit. A higher taper. Why you ain't telling me though, gang? No, bro, not you. Come on, nigga. You should have told me too. Though.
All right, it's too. Again,
I thought he.
I thought you wanted it like that, bro. Hey, I thought you told me to do some new. I'm like, maybe he wants some new. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
right.
All right, so if you cut hair, y'all know what I'm talking about right here, right? Is that once that guard came off and it went bare into the joint, it was to the bone. It was skin.
It was skin.
So now the question is it under the occipital bone or over the occipital bone? It was over. So when people be screaming, they could have fixed that, bro. You could not have fixed that without telling them, bro.
Yeah.
It would have been a drastic change in his haircut.
Yeah.
Period. It wouldn't have been a low fade, taper neck. It would have been a high fade, something he don't do. So it would have been looking crazy.
Right.
It would have been real high if you try to fix that. That thing, he had bro, once you up here, bald,
you gotta bring it up.
That is gonna be a problem. That fade gonna be up on this occipital bone, right here, and that fade gonna look dumb as fuck. First of all, he nicked him here, so in order to fade this, you had to come up in here, man, up in here, and once you up in here, it's looking stupid.
But he could have still gave him a mid fade.
All the way around? Yeah.
He could have gave him a mid fade.
That's not the cut he want though. He just want.
But I'm saying he could have. Okay, if he wanted to temp,
that's it.
Good boy. Yeah, the back you could have still.
Once you went that high, you
was too low.
I understand when people be like, "Oh yeah, he can fix it." Like man, on the joint said he can fix it. He could not fix that.
He couldn't fix it to the point that he was giving him the haircut that he wanted.
No,
he wasn't going. That was out the window. Once he victim and he cut a landing strip right there. That was it. That was all. But he could have. He should have just went ahead and said something to the brother, and then it'd have been like, "Damn, bro." Then you could, I can take you up. I can give you a mid fade all the way around, and you know what I'm saying. Probably I can't charge you now, but I can fix it and make it look good, or say something. You was gonna get this dude a fucked up looking ass temp instead of just look. He might have just been cool. All right, he probably been pissed off, but you can. All right, I can do this, that, I can fix it this way, that way, this way. You might not get the joint that you want, but we can do something. He tried to. How you gonna do something? See, that's just like that was some Trump administration shit he did. He fucked up and tried to cover it up in the middle of the F up. You can't do that. That's what got dude real office rock. Is you messed up, but you tried to cover it up in the middle of the mess up. He's like, man, why you didn't tell me? He might have been cool saying, but I wanted to do this. And blah, blah, blah.
Watch it again. As barbers, watch this as he's cutting his hair. And y'all can see what I'm talking about. Man, see where it's at? Hold on. You see where he put the bald spot at?
You gave me a fucking bald spot, nigga. You gave me a fucking bald spot, and you ain't tell me.
It's $5.
It is gonna grow back, but that's all he got. His haircut is all he got. His talent is damn near gone.
Yeah.
That's a fucking bald spot.
I'm trying to put on a joint where we can see the cut, where he cutting it.
How are you going to give my dog a bold spot on the back because your guard fell off?
Your guard fell off?
No, not
what's crazy is these niggas typing
Cut
shit.
week ASF Deen.
And it's motherfucking saying this shit while they typing.
Somebody use AI to snitch on him.
Deen the Great made the barber pay him for giving him a bald spot.
Man. Trying to show where he cut it at. I'm sure what I'm talking about. He was so high. Let me show you. trying to find. Here we go. Right here. Joe Williams. Show color. Watch how. Let me show you. All right, now look at this video. Now you see right here. You see how high that fuck up is. Boom. It's way to here, right? That ball spot is ball. Is a ball spot here. So in order to fix that, you have to put ball here. So now you wait. So now you wait up in here, which is gonna look so stupid. It's not even a fade no more. You might make it look like a fade, but now it's up here though. He's not gonna have his ear over here. It's gonna be up in here.
Yeah, he gonna have to go from being.
So
he got to go. He going from a temp to a fade. He's gonna have to get.
No. He's not asking for a fade.
What I'm saying,
it's a temp.
Fix it.
It's a temp.
Yeah,
that's my point. There's no fixing it. You saying do a whole nother cut. That's not fixing it.
That's a whole.
You can't fix that.
He gonna be riding around with it.
That's not fixing it. If you say I want a tip, you can leave with a fade. That wasn't fixing it. That motherfucker ball spot was so high up when people were screaming, "Oh, they couldn't fix that." You could not fix that.
Hey, you get a hind type.
You can't fix that. That is not going to be a temp taper when you finish.
I agree. It's not going to be a tip, but he can get a decent haircut out of it. It ain't going to.
That's not the question.
But that ain't.
Are you fixing that? No,
we know we're not fixing that.
So what? A decent haircut is not what he came in for. He came for a temp tape.
Then he gonna have to get that tip with a landing strip in the back of his head.
No, my point is, all the barbers out there is, when this happened and it's going to happen, is you have to communicate. You have to tell him, because now y'all have to work together on the solution. On his own, he picking his solution. He trying to hurry up and fix it before he know. And there's no way you can fix this without nobody knowing. Period. There's no way. So for him to hurry up, try to fix it, and then act like it never happened was so stupid as a barber.
He was wrong there.
That was some dumb fuck shit.
Yeah, he was wrong there.
For him to do that. Look at it. Look where it's at. That is way too accurate. You gotta turn right. You gotta tell him. Because now the cut is drastically different. It's going to be different. Even if you call yourself fixing it, it's going to be faded, but it's not going to be the cut he asked for. So as a barber, professional barbers out there, or people growing in the school, growing, you got to recognize when you make a mistake, if it ain't a mistake, like simple shit where you just take it out a little bit more and it's finished. But we talking about a complete hole in the back. Like you can't cover stuff like that up. If it was down lower, you could just brought up a little bit and fade and kept it the same. But the fact that the ball spot is so high up, you're going to see that ball no matter what you do. Is the point. So now his haircut going to be drastically different. So you have to communicate that. Just like when Agent Broner walked in and said, "Damn, you doing hot tapers in the back now?" So he automatically noticed that that's not the cut he normally get. That's the point. You might can fix it, but it's not what they normally get. It's going to look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the whole point of this shit to me is this. Dude, you made a mistake. You had an accident, whatever you want to call it. The guard flew off. You victim. You should have been, at that point, just stop the cut. Bruh. Guard flew off. Cut a ball spot on your head. I can fix it, or I can make your haircut look good, but it's going to be a whole nother cut. Unless you decide you want to walk around with this ball spot, which I doubt that you do. You supposed to stop, talk to Slim, talk to your client.
Right, bro. Why would you do that?
This is what happened. Now we can do this, that, and the third. Do you want, or you know, if something else you want done, or I can do this and something come, like you say, come to a solution.
Yeah, my point is his solutions.
But
can't involve the client, not involve the client because it's so high.
That's my thing. He was wrong.
So once it's that high, you got to involve the client because your solutions have to involve this person.
Whether it's that high or not, once you put that bald spot in there, you got to talk to him anyway.
No, that's not true. Because if it was lower, he could fix that. He just faded a little teeny higher and it looked the same. But by that balls being so high up in the back of his head, you have to tell him that. Because now it's a drastic difference from his fades from before. It's not going to be like still faded low. Let's say here, God came off at the bottom when he was hitting the joint at the bottom and a little spot down there. Boom, you can come up a little bit and you never know what happened. You ain't got to talk to the client about that. That's my point. Once you get that high, now you got to be like, bro, my God came off. I nipped your hair a little bit. I might have to come a little higher with the fade in the back. And he probably went back to sleep. Real simple, bro. But the fact that you dropped the guard, went up in his shit, then acted like you didn't, none of that ever happened. Tell him, look in the mirror. Oh, no, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just, nah, what they talking about? Not when I was cutting. Ain't nothing happened when I was cutting. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bro? You fucking the back of his head up. It's on camera. What do you mean? He sat there and lied.
That's the problem.
Like, what are you even lying about? First you didn't tell him. Then you lied and start talking about what you talking about. No. Not my guard ain't never fall off. He changed the guard to a black guard in this video, right? So obviously he don't have the white guard on it anymore. So when he asked him what, because the comment said you dropped the main man dropped his guard and fucked your head up. So he gonna say no, that ain't never happened. What you mean no? Why would he say no? Like the barber is my angle is we looking through the barber. Like, bro, why would you say no? Why would you say, first of all, you didn't tell him, cool. But now we're at the point where now people are commenting, they seen the bald spot. For you to now act like, what are they talking about? Huh? And he asked you point blank, did your guard fall off? You said, nah, not while I was cutting your hair. Why the fuck you lie like that? That's what I'm talking about. We got to look at the barber part, not the streamer part. The barber. We in the barber industry. You can't do that.
The whole thing is the barber's fault. You got to take this all the way back to the barber because the barber, it was his mistake. It was his guard that flew off. He chose not to say nothing to that man. He chose to try to cover it up. This ain't on nobody but the dude.
But he lied too.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just so crazy.
That's part of the cover up. Lying is what is lying. What is cover up? Covering something up is lying.
Why lie though? You understand what? In your mind, what will make him lie? Like we sitting here, you on live stream, cutting a live stream.
Well, he probably thought,
and you gonna sit there and tell him that ain't happened.
Okay. What? He probably thought he could get away with it. He probably thought he could fix it.
He knew he did it.
He probably thought nobody knew. He probably thought nobody had a barber's eye but him. He probably thought a lot of things.
Once that motherfucker left that crazy ass message when people talk, and that joint say, "Oh, your guard fell off. It's a bald spot." See, once that happened, you gotta go. Oh yeah, but my guard did fall off earlier. I just went up a little higher. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna man was still mad as fuck because you never told him from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The chat had to tell him, which is odd as fuck.
And he could have fixed it. He would have raised it up a little bit higher. Yeah, he'd have brought that ball line up.
That's not fixing. He can't fix that.
He
would have had a whole. He would have had to get a fade. Period.
But that might have been all right with Slim if he'd have opened up his mouth.
We don't know that part.
But that's the that's what that is what we're getting at. If he would have opened up his mouth, we don't know. It probably would have been. It could have been a situation where he probably been mad at first, and then he would have probably been, look, just go ahead and fade me out, and we'll leave it at that. You know, it could have been that, but he never gave the dude the chance. He decided that he was gonna. I'm gonna cover this shit up real quick. They don't know what's up with this. I'm gonna do this and do that, and the whole time, motherfuckers had the shit on video. Motherfuckers calling and chatting. That's dude fault. Dude, you should have. It was something you wasn't gonna get away with. Because you probably thought you was gonna make it look good. Nobody wasn't gonna say nothing. When you put that mirror in his hand, he'll look at the back and go, yeah, that's cool. Bop, 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 bop. Size cool. All right, I'm gone. And kick you your money and you gone. Because who knows how much. It might have been a situation the nigga might have been paying several $100 for that cut and he didn't want to fuck that money up. So it could have been a lot of things going through his head, but bruh, you still gotta, hey man, this is what went down.
Not only
you
that,
gotta give him a free haircut.
Not only that,
that's what you gotta do.
You as a barber, you gotta know what position, what you putting yourself into, right? Like that barber look like he not even street smart. He not even been in the streets. He don't know nothing about nothing that's going. He don't fuck bitches. You can look at this joint, look at him and tell he don't know nothing about none of this. So
I don't give a
him in that joint, in that whole situation right there, don't know what he in. So as a barber, you gotta know where you going. This is somebody's house. This nigga is a womanizer. He's on live stream cussing niggas out, threatening to fight them. You need to look that up. You don't have no business in that situation. You know, if you nick him, if you line up, it's a little lenient, that was going to happen. I don't give a fuck. It ain't had to be no ball spot, my guy. It could have been anything. You got to be, as a barber, know where you going. It sounds good. Oh, yeah, I'm going to this live stream. We popping. Nah, nah, nah. But once you get there, oh, yeah, I'm going to Adrian Burner joint. It sounds cute, but you got to know these people, bro. Is this the kind of person that's going to get a haircut and leave? Or kind of person is going to explode? Because to me, main man overdid it, for real, for real. It's not even visible to the point where any beast would notice it, you walking down the street or some shit, right? So it's not some shit like that in your fade where a bitch gonna be like, oh, you got a hole in your fade. No. Like, no. So it wasn't even that fucking serious.
Yes, it was.
Be honest with you.
Yes, it was.
Bro, if you look at the fade now in the back of his head, you barely can see it.
I know how I am about my hair.
Regardless, what I'm saying is, that little spot you barely can see. The normal person don't even know that happened.
Right.
If he would walk out there normally and never said nothing to nobody, nobody would say shit to him about a spot on the back of his head.
Hold up.
They would have never known.
I can give you that. Maybe everybody.
So for him jumping around, screaming around, about to fight for that shit was over the top.
No.
Unnecessary
because
shit.
That's his hair. And dude did some wild shit. He basically fucked his hair up and didn't tell him.
Cool.
How's you going?
But it wasn't visible enough.
And I don't give a fuck how visible it is.
You couldn't even see it.
Look, I know
in reality.
And I know how I am about my hair. I know exactly, and anybody can tell you how I am about my hair. I don't let anybody cut it. I don't even use the same comb or brush as anybody else. I got specific shit. If you motherfucking put a motherfucking landing strip in my head, you have me looking like 101 Dalmatian, I might be subject to whoop your ass.
Now, if you would put a bald spot on top of his fade, top of his waves, right here or something, I get it. But you barely can see that inside that fade. Unless you scream that he got a bald spot. Then you're looking for it.
Okay.
Now, if he don't say shit and be like, damn, bro, you Nick, that's just go ahead and clean me up, bro. I'm not paying you, bro. And just walked away. The whole thing been over. I guarantee not a bitch in there. Adrian Burner probably would say it's high. But he wouldn't have noticed there wasn't even a spot in there, bro.
But my thing is,
this is my point.
My thing is this.
He blowing up about a spot about nobody will see. So he overreacted. He did too much.
But that's his hair.
It's irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant. That's his hair. He brought that dude into his house. This dude fucked his haircut up and did not tell him. And then when he showed him the video, he tried to act like he was surprised. Of course he would. I don't blame that man for going off. Anybody would go off.
Wait, he was already going off before May even responded. This is going. He was going to react.
Right. Because
to anything the chat say, Rhea, be honest with you.
But
that's my point of talking about a barber. Know what situation you putting yourself in.
I look at it.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I look at it like this too. I don't think he was going over there expecting his garden to fly off. I think that was the last thing on his mind.
Okay, let's take that out. Let's say he didn't.
You see, he didn't expect that. I think he got there. He thought he was going to, get dude a haircut. He's he's on the internet. He's popular. He's popping. That's a come up for him. So I can see why he would not, if he didn't know the people or if he knew of them, why he didn't turn it down. Because I think any barber in that situation would be like, hey, you come over here and say, come in and cut Adrian Broner hair and or cut Deen hair. He need a haircut, blah blah blah. He just wants something simple. He just want to temp and shape it up, and that's all you got to do. Give $300 to come and do it, something like that. And he probably like, boom, that's shit. I can do that. That ain't no. I did 100 of these. When he get over there, then the damn guard fly off again, and then something you wasn't suspecting. Then you just got to say, because you always look. You can make a mistake on a person, but if you're going to be honest and upfront with the person and say something, then okay, if the person mad, that's to be expected. If the person go off, that's to be expected too. But then you still got to give it a chance. You got to tell the person, because the person might just say, okay, you messed me up. Can you fix it, and how can you fix it?
Going there is a hostile situation. Either way, let's say he didn't put the ball spot. If he didn't put the ball spot, if he never put the ball spot in his head, right?
Right.
Before he did that, Adrian Broner just walked past and said, man, that fade fucked up. That shit ain't even blended through. I ain't fucking with that nigga. I give me another ball. That happened before he even put the ball spot in his head. So you got to know where you at. No matter what, you're going to get critiqued over the top on live screen. This nigga walked in there and said, man, that blend look crazy. Oh, Adrian Broner walked in there and said, that blend look crazy, bro. And then the back look high. You know what? I'm going to pass on this cut. That ain't had nothing to do with the ball spot. So you got to know where you at. Cutting hair. You can't put yourself in that position as a barber and risk your career going on live screen, because he didn't, even if he didn't put the hole in his head, he's already going down in twos for Bonner coming in and saying this shit fucked up. Okay. Man, fade ain't even faded. He walked through the whole house saying that nigga ain't even faded on the side. That shit fucked up. I'm passing on him. Okay. That's on the live screen before the ball's joint. So I'm telling you, it's a hostile situation for a barber regardless. You got to be so perfect that you're going to be fucked. Really, really perfect.
Who cut hair?
If you lift up and a little teeny bit is off, somebody going to join, go clown you on this live stream, and it's going to get ugly. Okay. Even though that cut look fire.
Who cut hair that don't think they cuts the shit?
That's irrelevant.
And hold on. Who cut hair that don't think that they cuts is the shit and that they can cut anybody, anywhere, anytime? That's probably what the brother thinking.
It's not blended though.
Okay.
If a nigga like Adrian Broner walk past your cut and say, bro, that left corner, your joint over here is not even blended.
Okay.
And if you like, what? Good. The barber had to stop and say, I ain't get over there yet. Huh?
Okay. Well, we getting back to what we was talking about at the front.
That's my point.
At the get-go.
It's a hostile situation.
If it's not good, he knows it's not good. Dude put himself in that position.
Okay, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that as a barber. I'm getting to that as a barber. As a barber,
about 20 minutes ago.
As a barber, you should know the situation. If you're gonna go through this anyway, knowing that these niggas are hotheads and off the rocker, and when they get drunk, you don't know what the fuck gonna happen. You take yourself there, then you should be prepared for that.
Okay, it's his fault.
Real simple. And then, for example, you should set up. You should have big lights in that joint. You should have a fucking block all spot for nobody coming in this bitch. And your ass stay the fuck up woke. Don't come in here drunk. You should have rules to that shit, bruh. You're a professional. Don't just walk in there and think this shit is fun and games and start cutting their hair. He sleep. This nigga walking around drunk. He supposed to be the next person, but he drunk as fuck. He walking around talking about your fade fucked up while you cutting the first person. How far you think this going like that? You can't work like that. You gotta know where you going.
We'll get back to that one once again. Whose fault is that? The barber. That particular barber that went ahead and went into, look.
That's a hostile situation.
If I know I'm going into a situation, I'll put it like this. I know the atmosphere I like to cut in. know the exact how I like to be. I know when
Going to somebody's house,
my groove, and if I can't cut in an atmosphere that I'm not comfortable, it's too rowdy, you got too many people running around, whatever. The one thing I learned, and it's the one thing I learned quick as a barber, you can't turn a motherfucker down. If you don't want to cut this person, or you don't, or for any reason, or it might be a situation that you can't cut that person, or you might be uncomfortable, you can turn that cut down.
You went to his house.
You went to his house. You didn't have to go. You could have easily said, when they called you and said, blah, 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 or you got there and seen the situation, what was going around, you could say, man, I really can't. I don't really feel comfortable, cutting like that. Too many people around, they smoking, they drinking, they whatever. And I don't really feel good about this.
What I'm telling you is,
come to the shop or whatever.
When you go to people's houses, you have to be demanding. You the professional. So you need to have your space the way you need it. That's right. When you go to their houses, what I'm telling you, bro. So when he went to his house, he didn't make the space comfortable. He had people walking around him. He had Agent Barnum coming up in the joint like, bro, you're not even fading the sides when he just started the cut, right? So now you got motherfuckers saying, man, what's wrong with my sides? Now you got the chat talking about, oh, the sides fucked up. And he's telling them, I ain't started yet when he just did the guideline. Yeah. They don't know cutting. They don't know barbering. Now you don't put yourself in a live stream where people don't know barbering. So you cutting people's hair, and once you make that guideline, to other people, it's like, it's not blended. Nigga, that's how we do this. But you got to explain that. You got Agent Brown walking that joint like, hold on. That joint don't look right. I'd have shot that motherfucker. This nigga said, that don't look right. You ain't cutting my hair. And walked out the room. Huh?
Okay.
First of all, it shouldn't be nobody walking in. Blocked off. It's just me and Main Man. Main Man keep falling asleep. Wake up, bro.
Okay.
He could have told this nigga, you fell asleep. Soon as your head ducked down, my shit fucked up. You should stay the fuck up. He could have told him that. He could have been like, bro, your ass keep going to sleep. You keep dozing off, bro. You keep leaning over. It made my clipper jump off, bro. As simple as that. That nigga was asleep. You had people walking in and out of the joint. There's no lighting. He didn't make the shit right for a barber, is what I'm saying. It's a barber podcast. He didn't make it right.
He could have been, if that's how style of situation, as you saying, he not walking up in there and saying, man, wrote this all, put me here, do this, do that, get me some lights and all that. Slim would have did what he did after he messed his hair up. He would have told, man, get this nigga the fuck out of my house.
You wouldn't have done all that if just you and him in there. Lights, you got the perfect lights, right, and blocked off, nobody coming in.
Okay.
You got your own music playing. It's the barber shop. Your shop is now in somebody's house. That's the whole point of this.
That's the point I'm making. It's somebody else's house. And if they don't want you to come up in their house like that, then you got to either say, I can't do this. If they don't want, I'm
a barber.
Okay, that don't mean you coming over
with my lights so I can see you.
That don't mean.
What do you mean?
That don't mean
you stop coming in. People can't come in this room so I can cut your fucking hair. What do you mean?
Then you leave. You got.
Wait, what are you even talking about?
You are talking about
this person paid me to come cut their hair at their house.
Hold up.
What do you mean? I can't bring lights. What do you mean? I can't cut this off.
Listen to me.
What are you talking about?
This is what I'm saying. When he showed up at that man's house, if he just went in there and said, okay, where we cutting at? If he just said we cutting right here, and he say, nah, man, I ain't really about that. You got a room or something we cut in. I need to set up this and that. And if Slim was to say,
that was a good spot.
No, okay, maybe it was. But we going off into something else. When you say, wait, he should have come up and set it up like this, set up like
yes,
that's dude's house. If dude don't want you doing that in his house, you can't just come in there and say, well, if you say, I need this, I need that, and I need a third. And if he don't make it happen, you even got two choices. You can do that cut. If he don't, it's his house, it's Deen or Brona house. If he don't give you what you need, if you say, I need this to do these cuts, I need a little bit better lighting, or I need okay, I feel you.
What I'm telling you is, bro,
if they don't give it to you and they're making it a hostile environment, bro, you got every right just to pack your shit up and go.
And
say, I can't do this. He chose to do it.
You're not understanding. To him, obviously the lighting was cool. He had no problem with all that. So, he had no problem with people walking in and out.
All that other
and what I'm telling you is, that's his mistake. He didn't make it his dome where he cutting hair and had nothing to do with no live streams. Where he just cutting heads. What I'm telling you. If he would have cut it off, hey bro, nobody come in here, man. Nobody passed this joint right here while I'm cutting his head.
But nobody made the
joint
fly off though. That's the thing.
All right, you gotta understand two things. I've been cutting hair now for 10 years, bro. I'm a master barber.
I don't give a damn.
I know what I'm talking about, bro.
Nobody
I'm trying to tell you from a master barber
I got 4
point of view
in my family. You're not telling
it's
me
irrelevant.
Nothing,
I am the master barber.
Huh?
You argue with
4
me.
in my family, brother.
That's irrelevant. It's not you. It's me.
What?
I'm the master barber.
So what that
in
means,
this podcast.
I know damn well.
10 years. Listen.
Go ahead.
10 years in the game.
Okay.
There's no way you can sit here and debate me and argue, bro.
Well, shit. Who made it?
You should be learning.
Okay.
I'm telling you what a person should do as a barber, professional barber. You're not a professional barber yet.
Who made the guard flower?
Listen.
Who made the guard flower?
I'm telling you, as a professional barber,
when
you go to people's houses, you need to make it your dome. Anybody listening right now, if you're a professional barber, listen to me. I don't give a fuck who house it is. It's a president house. When you get there, it gotta be your shit. Let's say you was a fucking chef. You're not gonna go to their kitchen. They're not gonna make sure you got everything you fucking need and the way you need it. You gotta treat that shit as a barber. When you go to people's shit, let them know this is your shit. You the boss. Damn them niggas your boss. You the boss. This is your shit. You bring them here. You want your shit cut right, nigga? I need my atmosphere right. Period. Don't have niggas running in and out of here. Period. You wake the fuck up. You can't be asleep, nigga. You're a grown ass man.
I feel you on that.
This is professional barbering as a professional. You can't go to other people's shit and let them dictate your shit, bro. Because the results will be on you. That's what I'm telling people.
Now, I feel what you're saying. Now, if you go to this person's house and you say, I need this setup, I need this, and we're gonna go ahead and do this. But if the person whose house you go over don't deliver, or basically to be like, man, you better just get right over there and cut that hair, blah, 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 blah. I ain't going through all that. You have 2 choices. You can either do that cut or attempt that cut as Slim did. You can attempt that cut right there in the situation being what it is. And then everything comes out being what it is. That's what he chose. Or if it was a situation you say, man, I can't really do this like this, and I'm gonna have to pass on this, you pack your bag up and you roll. He chose to stay. Nobody knocked that guard. Nobody knocked that guard. You gotta understand. Oh, what is situation?
When did you send me this video?
It was his guard. He was cutting. It was his guard. Nobody knocked the guard off of the clipper. Nobody hit the clipper. The guard came off and he hit dude. That okay?
Again.
That's just what happened. The problem is he chose to try to cover it up and okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fade this out, or I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up, or I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. And he chose not to say something.
That's it.
What pissed him. That's what.
First of all, it's a cameraman 2 seconds, 2 inches beside him.
But the cameraman.
You think I'm gonna let a cameraman be that close to me when I'm cutting this nigga hair?
Wait a minute.
That's what I'm talking about. Get these niggas the fuck out of here. I'm cutting their hair. It shouldn't have been a nigga there.
Did the cameraman knock him down?
It's irrelevant.
No.
First of all, if I would have did that, they would have seen that. I would have fixed that. He would have known. He got this nigga right beside him. Man, get that nigga the fuck out of here. You want your hair cut, bro. You live stream or want your hair cut. I'm cutting your hair. Get these niggas out of here. Nobody come past this. It should be a camera right here.
Now,
what the fuck?
Back my point. Exactly. Now, you did that.
That's my point. You need to make it this thing. You the professional. You the professional barber.
I don't have no doubt that you would have said it like that. I don't have no doubt. Now, if he'd have said, man, nigga, I ain't trying to hear all that shit. You better go ahead and cut that hair. What would you have done?
That wouldn't make sense.
Whoa.
If you just call somebody to cut your hair and then don't make the recommendations for them so they can cut your hair, that wouldn't make no sense.
I did that. I dig what you saying.
So I come in your house and say, hey, man, I want this spot over here. That's cool. That's a good spot. I need this light. I'm gonna bring my lights in here and make sure nobody come past this light. Okay. I don't need your camera, bro. Use live stream and they can see you from over there. Okay. He's not gonna debate that. Cool. He wants his hair cut.
Say you came say you came to my house. Say
I'm the professional.
Whoa. Say you came to my house and I called you up. I say, sir, I need you to come over here and cut me up. So you came to my house and you say, okay. I say, what's up? I need that spot right there. I need that right there. I need that right there. And I said, nah, we're gonna do it right here because that's the only spot I got, and I ain't got and all that other stuff, bro. I just need a quick cut. And what would you? And I tell you that you can't have what you need. What you say you need? Would you cut my hair or would you pack your shit up and leave?
Why would somebody pay you to come to their house and then tell you can't do nothing you want to do?
Some people don't like that. You know, everybody ain't the same.
They're gonna have a spot for you anyway.
They
waiting for you.
You would expect,
right? And you bring your own lights.
I understand.
So you shouldn't need their lights.
Okay.
Second, you wherever the spot is, you make sure.
Question. What would you do?
Wherever the spot is, they have designated for you. You make sure nobody is coming in here.
Now,
real simple.
This is my house.
I don't give a fuck.
Then what would you do? Are you going to do the cut or are you going to
cut your hair or not?
It's only two answers. If you come to my house and I tell you this, you say I want that spot, this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah, and I say nah, you can't get that. You got what are you going to do?
That's a different topic.
It's not a different topic. That's the same thing we're talking about.
Now I haven't started.
That's the same thing you're talking about. You said this is what you say. You said you show up at the house and you said I need that spot right there. I need that spot. I want that spot right there. I want that right there. You know what? I like that chair right there.
No, I'm not specific like that. Normally they're gonna have a spot for you, bro. What I'm telling you is, whatever that spot is, now it's off limits.
I'm asking you a question.
Can't nobody keep walking in here.
Tell you this.
A camera can't come behind me while I'm cutting your fade.
Okay.
And be right here. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay. No. If you want your shit, we on live stream. You gonna flick out if I make one wrong move. Right. Get this nigga the fuck away from me so I can do my fucking job.
And what if you don't? That's what
you don't want to haircut right.
Thank you. What do you mean? That's the same choice he had.
They gave him a nice spot over there out the way from everybody.
So they ain't got nothing to do with
the guard flying off. So it looks good to me.
That don't got nothing to do with the guard flying off. That was his guard that flew off.
That wasn't the point. The point is, it shouldn't be no cameraman behind me. The nigga 2 inches from me.
Shit, so I'm glad as hell he had a cameraman.
And that ain't faded on the side. Main man was right. Agent Brown, he right. That nigga.
But whether he's right or not,
it's not faded. Therefore, you had a boxer walk in and out and say, man, that joint fucked up. He was not gonna get another person sitting in the chair any fucking way if he didn't put the fucking hole in the back of his head, bro.
True. That may be true.
So that's my point, and you gotta know where you're going.
You
go in your career. It sounds good going to this live stream. But once you go on there, the littlest thing you do, the party is over for your career. I think right now, wherever he got his booking app, it's done. His motherfucking website, wherever that's at, he fucked.
I feel where you coming from.
All for this.
I'm gonna say this. Slim took that job. He took that client. He went over that client house.
I would have did it.
Whoa. He went over that client house. Whatever was going on, the live streaming, when all that shit, he made a choice to stay there and make that money. Ain't nobody blaming him for it.
No.
And
then another thing.
Ain't nobody blaming him and saying he wrong for going there to get the money or none of that other stuff. Where Slim problem came in is that if the live streaming and the cameras was a problem, like you said, he should have said something. He should have said something he should have said something off the break. And if they said, nah, bro, we on live stream, or this joint going out live, or you can kick rocks. He had every right or every whatever. He could have just went ahead and said, you know what, I'm gonna turn this down. You got to get somebody else. I can't function like this. He had every right to say that, but he stayed. And it wasn't no problem until his guard came off of his clipper. And he, instead of him just saying, bruh, my guard came off and I gave you a bald spot. Gave him a mirror, let him look at it, and if he kirked, he kirked. That's understandable. Who wouldn't kirk? Now, at the end, he probably gonna say, he probably gonna say, dude, you gotta fix this. And then you sit down with him, and basically you going through another consultation. Okay, how can you fix this? He might be giving you a consultation. Now, how you gonna fix this? You fuck my hair, and you gonna fix it, I ain't paying. And that'd have been perfectly understandable. But he entered that situation, he made a mistake. And instead of him just saying to the brother, look, man, the guard came off, gave you a bald spot right here. It's in the spot where I can do this, I can do that, I can do a third if you want me to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to charge you for the cut, but I'll fix it because I know that ain't the cut that you want. Or, blah, 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 like Slim said, get the fuck out. No, but he chose to do that.
And what I'm telling you,
and the cover up, like they say, that sometimes the cover up is worse than the crime. What was Slim? Man, you gave me a bald spot and you didn't tell me. You gave me a bald spot and you didn't tell me.
Now, I'm talking to people as professional motherfucking barbers that does these house calls and shit. That you have to control your atmosphere. Period. Ain't no chef gonna come to nobody's house and let them dictate shit. They cooking. So when you go to motherfucker's house, you control the atmosphere. Period. They gonna tell you where they want you at. Then from that point on, you in control of that whole spot and where you wanted it to be. Period. They wouldn't have called you to the house. They would have came to the shop. So now I'm here in the house. I need my spot. Period. Now I'm bring my lights so I can have my right lighting. Period. You don't have to worry about that. I already know most people's houses is not going to be light right. So that's going to be on me, period. So I'm bringing lights, and I want wherever I'm cutting at, nobody be running in and out, doing any fucking thing. I'm cutting his head, and that'll be it, period.
And you said your piece, right?
No. And then if I'm cutting his head and no interruptions, none of that, cool. If it was just me and him in there, no camera, because there shouldn't be no camera there, and I would woke him up and be like, bro, you know what? Kept leaning and shit, man. My guard slipped off and nicked you a little bit. I'm gonna fade up a little high. He probably would doze right back off. But all right, bet. And went back to sleep. Because it's just been me and him in there. Now you see what I'm saying? He did most of that shit because of cameras. He did most of that shit because of people. That shit was unnecessary, everything he did, bro.
But you can't
that nigga shouldn't have done all that girl shit. It's just over the top. Oh, it's hair at the end. You doing too much.
He did it. But he wasn't wrong.
Now I would have got there if he would put a fucking ball spot at the top of your waves. Okay, that's a problem, right? But way back here, bro, you could just there's no way to be jumping around about to fight. Strip him butt naked and all this dumbass fuck shit. Like what? And you as a barber in that situation, anybody listen? What would you do? You in somebody's house, and now the owner of the house is down in your face, screaming and hollering, telling you about to knock you the fuck out. Now where you at? Now you see what I'm saying?
I mean, he entered a situation.
That's a bad situation.
I dig it. He entered a situation with wild niggas. He went over there and cut some wild
by himself. I had 2-3 niggas with me anyway.
But the problem is this. But the problem is this. All that other shit we talking about surrounding it, about the cameras and all that shit, that ain't got nothing to do with the guard flying off. It do. It don't. Because the guard came off. He sit there and watched it. He was cutting the brother head, and the guard came off. Nobody touched him. Nobody knocked the guard off. Nobody sabotaged his clippers or none of that shit. The guard just came off.
It had something to do with the reaction. It had something to do with what happens after that.
As his reaction,
none of that would have ever happened if the camera was there.
Okay, maybe.
Because it's not even that bad.
Okay. But it's bad to him because he the crime.
Nah, it's bad because the chat was clowning. It's bad because AB said, that's too high. That's why.
Because he's crying.
If none of those people, if AB could come in, if nobody in this motherfucker with a camera, we could have solved this joint with no problem. He would have went back to sleep.
But that may be true.
But now He didn't put his foot down as a barber professional and make his dome. He had everybody running in and out, talking dumb shit, all type of shit going on. Camera right 2 inches from his elbow. He supposed to be cut. That's why you're not supposed to. You put yourself in a fucked up position to lose in the cut.
But if you put yourself in that position and that type of shit happens,
you're supposed to be the professional.
That is your fault.
I don't need nobody come past here, bro.
But
period.
If you
I need my light here,
and you put it in a position instead of saying you could tap bro on the shoulder and say, "Hey, bro, look, man, there's a little bit too much traffic in here right now. Can you tell them, slow it down real quick?
Stop there.
So I can tighten you. So I can go ahead and tighten you up. You know what I'm saying? He could have did that, but he didn't. He kept on going.
Agent Brown and Main Man, all these niggas are walking in like, bro.
He could have easy.
Hey, AB, you my man, I fuck with you and everything, but hey man, I'm working right now, bro. Y'all can't keep running in and out the joint. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a professional at your shit. Because the niggas gonna do that right there. What he just did, they're gonna crash out.
I cut in a school environment. When I cut in a school environment, you got people that sit around, you got other people, other students, other people, even other clients that they're going to other students. They sit there and they watch you. They sit there and watch you cut. They say, everybody got something to say about something. Oh, no, do this right here. Now use this guard and do this right here. You do it all the time. And it happens every day. And what do you have to do? Bruh, I got this. Step back. Bruh, y'all ain't gonna y'all crowding. Step back. Y'all can't do that. Y'all all up on my client. Y'all gotta get away. He could have easily did that, bruh. Hey man, I can't function like this. Can you tell him, give me I'll be finishing in about 15 minutes. You tell him, give me 15 minutes, man. I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna tighten you up, and then you be on your way. He didn't do that. And then when something happened, instead of I see where you coming from, he could have nipped it in the bud before it got to that. And it may not even happen if he'd have nipped it in the bud like you said. But he didn't nip it in the bud. He let it go on. He was probably enjoying it. He was probably like, man, I'm all on this motherfucking live stream. I'm Adrian Broner live stream and blah, 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 blah. Everybody seeing me cut. And then that guard that said, yeah, they gonna see this. Wing, and it flew off. And now, instead of you saying, cut the camera. Hey, man, God came off. Or, like you said, man, when you nodded, bro, God came off. I cut gave you a ball spot and gave him the mirror, boom, 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 let him see. And he might have said off the break, dude, that ain't too bad. Can you fix it? Yeah, I can fix it. I might raise you up a little bit, but it's still, I'm still gonna tighten you up. He didn't do that. He didn't even get a man a chance to say, all right, that's fucked up, or let him get it off his chest and didn't say, hey, how you gonna fix it? But I can do this, I can do that, I can raise it up a little bit. I'm gonna raise your fade up a little bit, and still gonna look good. And then you gotta make it right. You gotta make him whole. I ain't gonna charge you for this, blah blah blah. I'm gonna make you look good, but I ain't gonna charge you for this. And you never know. You might have been honest, upfront with the person. It was a mistake, and they come back and they might call you back because they might like the cut or like how you cut. You don't know. You the one that chose to. And then you be no motherfucker sitting there with cameras.
No, all I was saying is
that was dumb.
As a professional barber, the way to avoid you got first know who the situation going in, and the ways to avoid all that is to make sure wherever you're cutting at is your spot. Period. You don't want to go to somebody's house because they hear the dog running over this bitch.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have control of this situation because as soon as you fuck up, they're gonna splash and you in somebody's house.
I agree.
So you don't know how that's gonna go. That's my point.
I agree with you. If you don't got standards, then shit like that's gonna happen.
So you gotta make sure you got the best chance to make sure you can cut the best shot cut.
Right.
You don't want to be walking in that joint, walking on ice, slipping around in water or some shit. You gotta have standards of how I'm gonna make sure your shit is cut right, bro.
Because if it was me, I'm going in there and I'm seeing all the motherfuckers running around like this. And first thing I'm gonna say, what we cutting at? Now we got cut over there. You cut right there. You got a little something, a little more quiet, a little more private, or whatever. Blah blah blah. Cause we can go in the kitchen or whatever. We can cut in there. I got my lights and stuff out.
I'm definitely gonna go somewhere there's no people walk past. Right. It's not happening.
I don't know. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he did that. If he didn't do that, that's his fault.
That's what I was trying to tell you from the beginning. From a barber standpoint, these are things he should have done. That's what I was saying.
If he didn't do it, but just
you can't go and put yourself in those predicaments as a barber. That's what I'm saying.
It probably wouldn't have been no predicament if
it's gonna get worse with Agent Brown because he's always talking shit about his cut.
Okay, he might have.
He probably wouldn't even sit in the chair.
If it weren't for the ball spot, and probably Adrian Broner probably would have said something, blah, 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 blah. He'd been like, man, that face trash.
Yeah, he already did that, yeah.
Okay, he would say that face, man, fuck that shit. That face was trash.
See, I ain't getting that joint.
You can go ahead and pack your shit up and go. But you don't never know. The nigga in the chair might have loved it.
Nah, not with everybody else clowning. It's not gonna happen.
You don't know?
That's why you gotta know the situation.
Because it's plenty times motherfuckers are, hey man, that's a shit ass.
Because he probably ain't give a fuck all the way up until the chat said something, and then Agent Brown walked in and said that side fade fucked up. After that, he started talking about, man, what's going on, man?
Nigga like me,
after that,
nigga, you cut.
Then he started getting curious of how his cut looking. You feel me? That comes from letting people walk in. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Next time you tell a motherfucker to
then,
go shop.
Not only you got people walking in and walking past you, looking at the cut, you got a cameraman right beside you.
Look.
Like you're doing too much. It's like it's too much going on right here for me to cut your hair, bro.
This is one thing about house calls.
So you go over that joint, make sure your spot is clear, and everybody's out. First is you gotta have standards of contamination and shit. So you can't have a lot of people walking through cross contaminating shit. They don't know that, but you the professional. That's what I'm trying to tell him. Is that when you go to the joints, you the professional. They don't know nothing you know. They don't know why you gotta do shit. They don't know what you're doing. You the professional. So you gotta tell them. That's my point. You can't take orders. You can't tell me what the fuck to do. I'm the barber. I'm the professional. Is what I'm telling people. They gotta have to know it and know the fact that they the professional. So when they go in the house, they are in control. Wherever they're getting called to, they in control. That was my point of this barber not taking control of the situation he was in before he started cutting.
Okay,
it's my point. That's what I was saying.
You never know. Huh? He might have been a weak soft person, and he just accept anything.
Yeah, but I'm telling people what they should do though.
Yeah, okay,
that is not it. You know what I'm saying? You should have control of your situation. Period. Look, no matter where it's at in the house, you had to have control of it.
If somebody called me right now,
they shouldn't call you to the house
and say, "I need you." You say, "Can you come over?" You say, "Can you come over and cut?" I'm gonna let them know right then. All right, hey, we got a spot up in there because I gotta bring such and such and such. I got my bag, I got my lights, I got such and such. We got a nice spot, where I can cut your hair and ain't a whole bunch of distractions or whatever. You say, "Yeah, I got that." All right, I'll be over. Or he say, "Ah man, it's a little crowded over here right now. I got people running all through here, the dog all over the place and shit." And it's either on me to say, "Well, I can try to do it," or, "Hey, can you come to the shop? Or can I cut you tomorrow?" If that was the case, it's plenty of ways that shit could have been avoided. But I think everything probably would have been all right. He probably could have gave them according to Adrian Broner, the cut wasn't that good. Maybe the cut wouldn't have been that good, but you made it worse because you nicked him, you victim, and then you really tried to play slick with it, and that really wasn't cool. You should have just went ahead.
That compounded the problem, yeah.
That really wasn't cool, and that would have. Me personally, that would have set me off more than the ball spot. Because you could have gave me a mirror, I could have looked at it and said, "All right, what can you do for it? What can you do about it?" And then we'll come to an understanding about it. But you made it worse because you tried to cover it up. And you tried to make it like you didn't do it. And then you sit there and lie to the brother face about doing it. You lucky that nigga didn't knock you out right then and there, because he would have been, in my estimation, he'd have been justified in doing it. all you had to do was say, something happened. And go through the particulars with him. He did not do that. All that other shit, nobody knocked that guard off. Maybe he did. He might have, the way it came off, he probably didn't make sure it was secure. Did you put it on it? Make sure it was on?
Nah, them motherfuckers coming off.
I know. I had it happen.
Them motherfuckers coming off.
That's why I use magnetic guards.
And that's something everybody got to understand too that's watching right now. It's not barbers. Is that guard right there comes off. It's just real flimsy and shit. So
and everybody knows that.
It's all barbers that's seen that either had that happen or looking like, yeah, that can happen. It ain't nothing that out of the ordinary will happen here. So it's something that's normal, to be honest with y'all. But what wasn't normal is the barber didn't have control of his situation. He didn't make sure everything was cool. And then he went to the motherfucking joint on a live screen with flimsy shit, flimsy guards and shit. Like, why would you even do that?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to, let's say Michael Jordan called me mom. I'm not taking no 1.5. The last thing I'm grabbing is a 1.5 to take any fucking way near anything near. Period.
See,
not the white 1.5, the white 1.5.
These are guards.
Ain't no way fuck.
Damn, I had my guards already out. These are guards that he used. This is the guard that flew off. This one right here, that 1.5, that wall 1.5. Don't nothing else look like. Glasses.
You got the white one?
Yeah, I got the white one right here. But this is what I use. When I use a 1.5, I use this. This is for my TPOV set. It's the green one, and it's magnetic. See, all them guards work on the same. The only thing that don't work on most clippers or any other clippers is anti guards. If you know what you're doing. But this is the same guard as this. And you see this right there? It got a magnet right on the back. These don't cost no more than $20. And I'm quite sure if he's doing house calls to quote unquote celebrities, he's getting paid. He's charging them. He's not charging them no $40 and $50 like other motherfuckers on the street. He probably charged that dude $100, at least $100, $200 or up.
Now he
so
made the barber pay him. So that what I mean is just way too much overreaction.
Right.
Pay you? You act like you ain't have a cut. Like, what are you even talking about, bro?
This is a magic clip. I use a magic clip. The same clipper main man was using. It's the wall magic clip. Where that guard at? This is the guard he used. Did he put it on there? And look, that's how easy it fly off. I just did that right on camera.
It's not really on it. Yeah, it's not really.
It was already all the way on there. And that's how easy it fly off. That's why you get some of these.
They don't clamp on. They don't stick on.
See this? That metal? Wow. It's on there. It's not going nowhere. No matter what you do, it's not coming off unless you make it come off. Get you some of them. Bruh.
Now the white ones do cut better.
If you making money, invest in yourself.
White ones cut better, but they more dangerous. You got to be real careful with those joints.
Okay, so then that means you got to do something else. Because guess what? At some point, it ain't the guard, it ain't the clippers, it's the motherfucker that's holding.
1.5, they cut closer than the ones that the magnetic joints. The 1.5 white joints are the best joints, but they just flip off to you.
Yeah, though. But if everybody know, they even teach us that. That was one of the first things I learned. That 1.5 and especially that half guard will come off. So no matter how good they cut, if you're in a situation where it could come off, then you gotta get something that, because you're fucking up your money. Dude, this shit went viral. This stuff is viral. Over this guard, that 1.5 guard, a $5 guard. That's all it costs. It's $5. You can get a premium guard that snap on for $3 more.
But it go to a bigger picture. If when everybody be screaming about the prices and people price this and that for barbers and shit, y'all gotta realize this ain't no easy skill and everybody can't fucking do it. All barbers are not good. Period. So y'all can't act like this is something where all barbers should be on the same level or all barbers should be doing the same shit. So when people act like, oh man, why they charging that? Because it's only an elite few in your city, wherever the fuck you at, that can actually cut. Everybody else just cutting here and fucking people up. It ain't that many motherfuckers actually put you on the spot in your city alone. So you got to motherfucker act like, for example, if you're a motherfucker barber in a small city, right? You should be more aggressive in that small city to get your clientele than somebody in a bigger city. Because you should be more adapt to your clientele than somebody in a bigger city because everybody is more closer to you. You know what I'm saying? You should have more clientele. Easy.
You should know where you at.
So when you start changing your prices, then we get it. But it's when motherfuckers be like $50 just because they're a barber. That's the way most dudes that's the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the way a lot of dudes are.
You're only supposed to go according to your skill level. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be charged $60 just because you a barber now. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. You can't cut like you just seen man fuck the back of Blame Man head up on a fucked up cut anyway. And he was going to shoot $100,000 screamer. Nigga make $100,000 a week. He on this joint fucking his head up. Getting paid if he didn't put the dot in his head. Now you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't have never heard of. Me personally, I wouldn't have never got on camera, none of that shit. But that goes to people whining about the charging and shit. It's a reason why you charge that much because it ain't easy and there ain't that many people that gonna do it. It's real simple.
Oh, that's what I gotta order. I gotta order me
But yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's ways around this shit.
And I hope I think Bonner grows beard out. Man, to be honest with you. That nigga look funny as fuck. But barbers out there, holler at your boys. You know what I'm saying, dog? Holler at your boys. We're gonna be on this joint. I like this. Talking barber and shit. You know what I'm saying? So many ways we can go. It's so much shit I can talk about right now about barber that we ain't talked about. We had a conversation earlier about the motherfucker, what's the name John wanted to get into? But we can do that on the next joint. The joint we was talking about earlier. And we was looking for what's that celebrity barber